What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, and it's time for Round Robin. Hi, Robin.
Hi, Rob.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm glad.
How are you?
I hope we don't do the whole show in this voices.
No, no,
Okay.
no.
All right, it's
I
over.
can't do that.
Uh, M. Clancy, thank you for the sub, sir, right before the show. Yeah.
I am recovering from a cold, so my voice is still a little scritchy
Yeah.
scratchy.
That's a little
When is
scritchy,
it not
scratchy.
though? A little scritchy
What
scratchy.
up,
Yes,
bitches?
that's
What's
me.
up, Drake? What's up,
What's
everybody?
up, bitches? Oh, I
Robin,
thought Caesar was in chat.
Robin did. Yeah, that's Caesar's thing, too. Robin did the game yesterday at Trooper, that she is,
Uh-huh.
and because she had a super cold.
Yeah, I
And
mean, it wasn't that bad. It was just like your usual kind of like head cold thing. I took
Celestine's.
Dayquil like right before the stream.
That was
The
funny.
Rona.
Rona.
I don't got Rona. It was like a I don't know how to explain it.
I love
When
you, man.
your head feels like it's in a vice grip and you're a
Yes,
little congested. Yeah, it was like one of those. Meh, whatever.
but now you've got a happy pumpkin.
Yes, I got a pumpkin
She's
on
like
the
a pumpkin
boobs.
on her boobs. George Orr, thank you for the sub, sir. Resub, I should say. My Corona. I've thought of that. I thought of that before too.
Trying to get in
Um,
the Halloween spirit. Halloween is canceled in my neighborhood, which is very unfortunate because I go all out for Halloween. I love Halloween. It's like awesome. I like decorating the house, and I like passing out candy and my kids like trick or treating and all that. So my brother has all of these Nightmare Before Christmas like inflatable light up decorations.
yeah.
And we've been putting them out on our lawn every year. They're basically ours, but my brother bought them. Anyways, and we do up like the whole yard, and we have one that hangs by the door and it's motion activated. So Jack Skellington will like talk to the trick or treaters as they
Oh,
come.
fun.
And this year, our doorbell, we have a Nest camera doorbell, like a smart doorbell thing. And anyways, this year they released this feature. Now you can switch the tune of your doorbell. So now when people ring our doorbell, it actually plays like this little Halloween, like scary haunted house with a ghost sort of sound whenever people ring the doorbell. So like we love Halloween around here. I'm really sad that it's canceled, but I understand why,
Yeah.
Corona. Okay, I get it.
C-
It's fine.
Celestine says he lives in Ted Cruz land and they haven't canceled anything. It's mind boggling.
Yeah. It is crazy. It's another thing too, like we live by the Wisconsin border, and just on the other side of Wisconsin there's another small town near us, and they get to go trick or treating because Wisconsin don't give a shit.
Wisconsin don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I can't wait till they realize. I mean, people are going to realize, P.S. Coronavirus is not over, and quite the contrary,
Mhm.
it's just going to get
Yeah.
worse now.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's already, I'm cured. That guy. Um, I need a cookie. I'm going to open my second cookie.
Drake says that they're just going to drive around the neighborhood eating sugar out of the
Yeah,
bag
yeah.
for Halloween.
Cookie.
Oh, so
Okay.
last year was our first Halloween in this area, and it snowed. We got like 6 inches of snow leading up to like Halloween night. It was fucking crazy. So we're trick or treating in the snow. And my kids who love Halloween, and I mean, it's like their favorite holiday, they fucking love Halloween. We did like half of a block of our neighborhood, and our kids were like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I was like, really, guys? You're done already? We had everybody all bundled up in gloves and mittens, and it was crazy. I'm not used to this northerner weather. We'll get there, though. Hopefully, it doesn't snow this year. Not that we'll be out trick or treating, but I'm not fond of
I
snow.
remember
So,
one year, one year it snowed on Halloween in Spokane,
oh my God.
and I was way too old to be like, I was 12. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going. Because I just wanted the free
That's
candy.
not too old.
Isn't it?
No, no. My son is 13, and if we could go trick or treating this year, he would still go.
What is the age that
12,
you're too old
13.
to go trick or treating, everybody? Type it in the chat.
199.
I mean, by yourself.
Okay, by yourself,
25.
199.
I'm gonna just knock on my neighbor's door and be like,
Trick or
just dress
treat.
like this.
No, you gotta wear a costume.
No, I want the trick. No
When
kink
you
shaming.
have children, you're too old. Well, see, but I disagree because a lot of the parents around here dress up too. I don't. I don't dress up anymore, but we saw last year like a whole family dressed as like cowboys or whatever. It was
Yeah.
cute. Including the mom and dad, stuff like that. My brother is 41, and he still dresses up for Halloween every year. He wears his Star Trek costume.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Dressing up is not what I'm saying. I'm saying going knocking on doors. You have to be
Okay.
like 12 or under.
I
Can't.
disagree. I mean, you're allowed to feel that way. I just disagree. That's what the problem is everybody wants everybody to just grow up and like not be a kid anymore. But like what's wrong with doing having fun and
Nothing.
being a kid?
I live my
I still
life
play
as
video games.
I live my life
Right.
unashamedly as a 14-year-old every day of my life.
Yes.
I just don't care what society thinks. That's the difference. So I like Nopham's answer, which is 12 to 15, or he says 12 to 15 for treats, and then 16 and 19 for stealing candy from 12 to 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
you you
Just
cut the
don't steal
bottom of
from
their
the little
pillowcase with a
kids.
knife, and you put your bag under it, and you take it all.
Yes. Just don't steal from the little kids because that's always mean. I mean, don't steal from kids at all, but it's worse when it's little kids. When I was little, my parents never took us trick or treating. It was always my brothers that would like indulge me and take me, even though they were much older than I was. And we used to get our bags stolen from us all the time. Like every Halloween, our candy would get stolen. And actually, one year, my brother, this isn't a funny story. It's actually a very sad story. But one year, my brother and it was me and two of my brothers. They took me trick or treating, and they actually got like jumped and like beat up.
Holy
My brother
Testicle
got beat up with
Tuesday.
a skateboard. He like the guys who jumped them broke his cheekbone, and
Oh shit!
he had to get like a metal plate in his face to fix his cheekbone. And that was the last Halloween that I ever trick or treated. I felt so bad
Wow.
for asking my brothers to take me because, if I hadn't asked them, that wouldn't
How
have
old were you
happened.
that year when you were your last year? 24.
I was 11.
Okay. Dual
um,
Star, thank you for the
so
resub, sir. Dual Star, everybody. Dual.
trick or looting this year
Trick
to
or
be the
looting, yeah.
Walmart candy aisle. Our Walmart is still stocked like crazy. Nothing like all the costumes, nothing's really kind of been picked through very much.
I think that
So I'm
that's how you can tell where smart people live is that all the
yeah.
Halloween stuff will still be sitting on the shelves at the store.
Yeah, because it's banned in our neighborhood. I mean, the
Mhm.
next neighborhood over, who is also serviced by our Walmart, they still have Halloween, so I imagine some of it will get bought. But it's crazy because, like, I just think back to last year, and we had to buy all of our candy super early because it was all gone, like, really quick. By like October 10th, it's all gone. It's crazy.
Who's in charge of your neighborhood? Like who's the authority banning Halloween?
So we have like a council of all the homeowners associations, and it's like our village. So our town is called a village, the
Oh,
village of
so your
Antioch.
HOA banned it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not just ours too. It's like the next neighborhood over. They have their own HOA, but they put people on a council for the village council. It's weird, but the whole village, I assumed, passed this, and it's not like you'll be in violation of the law. It's not illegal to go
Yeah.
trick or treating. They're just recommending that nobody go trick or
All right.
treating,
Which is smart.
which means nobody will. So
Trick or treat. Yeah, right.
I know, right? I even saw on the Nextdoor app, people were talking on this. It's like Twitter, but for your neighborhood. If you don't know what it
Oh,
is,
I got kicked off
um,
next door. Yeah, I know exactly
and
what next door is.
I hate my next door because apparently people who live in my neighborhood um do not share the same mentality as me, but
That's why
it's
I got
okay.
kicked off.
And anyway, so like this one lady was like, well, we're gonna go trick-or-treating anyways. And then like all the comments were like, don't fucking come to my house and
Yeah.
like all this stupid.
So
I was like,
I
why?
so Washington State is and will always be probably a blue state as far as voting because of King County and Seattle, right, where smart people live.
Right.
But on my side of the state in Spokane is fucking a sea of red. And so you
Yeah.
can only imagine the fights I got into on nextdoor.com.
Yeah.
And then
And I feel like
I got reported like because I would be I there was no holds barred, you know. I mean, do ad hominem
yeah.
attacks on people because they're stupid. And that's not the way to get results, but it makes me feel better. So cuz I'm a terrible person. I'm a huge Republican troll, everybody. That's right. I dare you.
I feel like it's kind of the same here because we don't live in Chicago proper, which is a very blue, Democratic place. We live way out in the burbs. I mean, like it's an hour and 20 minutes from my house to Chicago. But everybody calls this the Chicago, greater area or whatever. But way out here in the burbs, everybody is not that left leaning, which I am, socially. Some things I'm pretty moderate actually whenever I like think about political type stuff. But everybody out here, like this lady wanted to go, she posted on Nextdoor that she wanted to go to the sign shop in town, the local sign shop, to get a large cutout of Donald Trump to put on her lawn. And so she I should take screenshots of this.
Oh my God.
So I guess she went there and put it on her lawn, but somebody vandalized it. She was complaining about it on Nextdoor because that's the way to solve all your problems.
Yeah.
But
did she not think that? I mean, who's gonna not? Yeah, I mean, that's just. I mean,
I will, even if I was like really excited about a candidate, I would not spend my hard-earned money on a giant cardboard cutout of my favorite candidate to put on my lawn. That just seems like I hate to say it because it's such a bad thing to say, but you're literally asking for somebody to vandalize your property.
You are.
No matter what side, whether you're left or right or nothing, you know what I mean? Like that's just such a dumb thing to do.
If it was a thing to do, how many people do you think would have Jesus on their front lawn? It would be everybody would have that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean everybody that believes in that nonsense. But
exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a cardboard cutout of Trump and put it on the lawn. Nobody, her husband, her kids didn't be like, no, come on. That's not a good idea.
I know. Celestian says, you guys have some fun Nextdoor stories. Ours is mostly lost pet alerts. Ours is too. Like whenever I scroll through it, it's like 20. Does anybody know whose cat this is? It's on my patio every day.
So like, here's the story that got me kicked off. There's a lot of that too. So, and for those that don't know, nextdoor.com is basically Facebook for your neighborhood. It's just your zip code or whatever. So here's what got me kicked off. There's a guy that lives somewhere near me, and I don't know where his house is because I never bothered to investigate it, but he lives somewhere near me. Blows fireworks off in his yard like 5 days a week.
We have one of those too, but they're M80s.
Yeah, and he just does, and so the feud started when someone called the police, and they wouldn't really do anything unless it was happening right then. They can't like go stake out a guy's house, wait for him to blow a firework. They don't have that kind of time. So, and conversations started about, hey, we have, young children and they need to be sleeping, and plus it's just disruptive anyway. And, there was the con argument against allowing this guy to just continue to live his life this way. And then a bunch of people jumped in on the other side like, it's America, free country, you can do what you want. And then
Second Amendment.
The Second Amendment has provisions. It's not you can say any fucking thing you want anytime you want. That's not what that means.
I know.
I've read the Constitution many times.
I'm sorry.
And I don't like the part about 3/5 of a black guy. But anyway, they changed it. So, but yeah, it's all these constitutionalists and Republicans and right-wingers who don't understand it's the First Amendment, not the Second Amendment.
Right. No, okay. But I was saying Second Amendment because the guy in my neighborhood has an M80. So he always.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
bearing
and he always
arms.
says Second Amendment. Second, yeah.
I think,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Give
Continue.
citizens the right to blow off your arms, I think is what he's reading.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so I jumped in because I'm pro fuck this guy. That was my
Yeah.
attitude.
Pro fuck
And
this guy. That's
and
it.
everybody was trying to be as nice as they could. Some people were like, "Man, you're so fucking out of your mind." And so I just magnified all that, and I'm like, this guy needs to be, he needs to be arrested, he needs to be jailed, he needs to be
Yeah.
fined, and everybody was all on my ass, and I'm like, fuck all you fucking haters and whatever. And the next day I went to log on and I was like, my account was canceled.
Oh no. But I mean, there has to be some. So in our like here, if he is doing it after a certain time, right, we can call the cops and say that it's like a disturbance of the peace or whatever,
Yeah.
like after 10 p.m. or something like that. But of course, no, this fucker will like light the or shoot the last one off at 9:59, and it's like
Yeah.
my kid, my 2-year-old, goes to bed at like 7:30 every night, and whenever loud shit like that is going off, he doesn't go to sleep because it's so loud and like distracting or whatever. So that's why I fucking hate it. I really wish like the peace laws or whatever were I don't know. I just feel
Yeah,
like
and it's
lighting
funny
M80s in
because
your backyard should be against the law. That's all I'm saying.
so it's the exact same thing as talking on your phone in a restaurant. Fucking don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's just
Don't
rude.
make me have to come over there. Which, by the way,
Yeah,
I'm not
and
very.
in the movie theater too.
Oh, right. It's
Fucking
the
hate
same.
that.
It's people who are just
Yeah.
so self-absorbed. They don't give a fuck about anybody else. And listen, I'm no
Yes.
fucking saint, but I do not. I go out of my way to be a proper member of society who isn't disturbing every other person around me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm the last person to get into a physical confrontation. I talk big, but I'm not gonna fight anybody or whatever because it's just over. I'm out. I lose.
Right.
Even though I know karate. Anyway.
I don't know karate.
I do.
I mean, I know army combatives. I was pretty good at that.
Oddly, we
Like,
only had like one day of that.
Combat. I did it for months. But okay, so like when I was at my first duty station, we would have like combatives, not tournaments, that's not quite the right word, but I don't know what kind of word I'm looking for here, but just like friendly competitions or whatever. So we always did combatives like once a month. It was super fun.
Oh,
Right,
Celeste makes a good point. By the way, just so everybody knows with my story and how right I am, fireworks are illegal here where I live. And the cops still won't, they're not going to maintain, yeah, oh God, it's so infuriating. And I'm like, why am I paying my property? My property taxes are, I think, 4% fire, 6% police, and 90% schools, which pisses me off. But I don't even get proper policing. Now, I will say, when I called 911, those fuckers were here in 4 minutes.
Right? Yeah.
In 2013, or whenever that was, 2017, when I had to go to the hospital, almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were here. So I want it to, so I want my property taxes to be 90% fire and 10% police and no schools.
Right. Yeah. I like our fire department too. Our carbon monoxide detector went off the other day. I don't know if I told this story on stream or just you. I know you've already heard it, but so our carbon monoxide detector went off and it was being fucking annoying. So like my husband made sure, it had good batteries or whatever. And then like we were like, oh shit. So we called the non-emergency fire department and they like came right out here with their little carbon monoxide wands or whatever they are to, check and make sure we weren't having like a false alarm or whatever. But yeah, so while they were here, my husband, being him, bless his heart, he's always concerned about like, well, what kind of things do I have to pay for? So he was like, so is this free? And they were like, yeah, of course it's free. That's what your taxes pay for. I was like, oh, it was just sweet that he asked them that, whether we're gonna get charged
because the ambulance
for carbon
is not
monoxide
free.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, the ambulance costs like fucking $500. But
yeah,
you're not, when you're dying and you're by yourself, the price doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, the ambulance is $1 million. I'd be like, all right, let's get it rolling and get it rolling.
Right. Yeah. We didn't have carbon monoxide in our house. Um our detector is really old, so we think we need to buy a new one. And then that'll probably solve it. It
Yeah.
hasn't gone off since, so that's good. And then I was telling everybody, if I die in my sleep, you don't hear from me again. You all know why I died. It's carbon monoxide in my house.
You
I'm
know what,
kidding.
Drake? That's so funny. Drake said when I was in the ICU and in pain, I wanted to know how much the morphine cost. It's so funny that we live. I don't want to get. This isn't going to be a political show, but I'll just say this. It's
When is
really
it not?
right. But I mean, I don't want to go on and on. But just that's just
I know.
he made a great point because if you lived in Canada or any of the other socialized medicine countries, you would never have that thought. That wouldn't even ever enter your mind and stress
Yeah.
you out because there'd be no cost, right? It would just be
Yeah,
something you
it's
get.
so
Yeah,
cheap.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, that reminds me. I read a story about a foreign exchange student who went to the UK, and she was living in an apartment with, other students, native students there, and something happened and she had like an accident, and she kept telling them, "Don't call the ambulance," because she was American and she thought that the ambulance was going to like cost her an arm and a leg, especially because she was a foreign exchange student and they don't have a lot of money or whatever. But they were like, "No, it's like $6."
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah,
fine. It's like so cheap. It's like
yeah.
less than a cab ride.
Well, so when I went to before my transplant, I would go to um like support group. They have like transplant support groups in the hospital, and they meet the third Tuesday of the week or whatever the month.
Mhm.
So and there was this group of people, and one guy told a story about how his friend went to Canada. He lived in the U.S. Went to Canada for like a vacation, and his and he had liver disease, but he wasn't any danger seemingly. But all of a sudden, it just
Mhm.
went downhill and crashed, and he was rushed to the hospital, and they transplanted him in Canada, and then he went back to the United States. No
Oh my
bill. Yeah,
god.
no bill.
Damn.
And so I said,
That's awesome.
and so then I said in the meeting, I go, so if we wanted to, and he's like, no, it doesn't work like that. You can't like pre-plan it,
Yeah.
because it was an emergency, like, oh, he's gonna fucking die right now, sort of thing.
Mhm.
And they had, and luckily, and if they couldn't find a match for a liver, he would have just died, but they did, and so
Yeah.
they've transplanted him.
Hospitals should have prices like a restaurant. I would take the kids' fingers to go, please. No. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's funny though.
I
Help.
don't I don't have a gallbladder, everybody. I don't have one.
I do still have all of my original
You have
body
all your original
parts.
organs. Do you have your appendix?
Yeah. Yeah, I still have my appendix. I still have my tonsils. Ooh, I take it back. I had my wisdom teeth taken out. Does that count?
How old were you when that happened?
I was sadly 21 years old when I had my wisdom
Yeah.
teeth taken out, which is a lot later than most people
I
get it
I have
done.
a story about wisdom teeth. So I had my wisdom teeth taken out when I was 17. There were only
Right.
3. I didn't have the fourth one. And my
Mm.
dentist told me in 10 generations wisdom teeth are going to be gone. And I'm not thinking that's true. Yeah, I
Well,
don't think so.
that's not how fast humans evolve, but
Yeah.
okay.
And I said, well, I asked him, I said, why do I only have 3? And he said, well, because human evolution is getting rid of them. And I'm like, what? I was like 17. Anyway, I was mad because Spokane had a major earthquake. Earthquakes don't happen here where I live. And it was a major earthquake that like shook everybody's houses and was really noticeable and like knocked stuff off shelves.
Mhm.
And I slept through it. And when I woke, it was the day I had my wisdom teeth came out, and then they gave me a bunch of drugs, and I went home and I slept for like 2 days, and I just knocked out.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
woke up, and my mom was telling me, "Oh, there's an earthquake," and I'm like, oh god, I was livid. Like anybody can do anything about it, right? She was like, she was
Right.
teasing me. She's like, "Yeah, you missed it. You were asleep." And I'm like,
Oh.
"Fuck!" I was so mad, because you know,
Well,
you watch earthquake movies, and you know people that live in
right.
California that have earthquake, and you want like, what's an
Mhm.
earthquake like? And then I slept during it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've experienced many earthquakes, but because of where I live, they were always really mild. And I mean like, oh, the windows just rattled for 2
Yeah.
seconds and then it's
I
like, they were like super mild.
I did when I lived in Los Angeles for 10 years. There was
Well,
only
those are
one.
worse down there
Yeah,
though.
there was only one that was really like there a lot of times, like, I don't know, maybe a dozen times when I lived there, there were ones where you'd like what you said, you'd go, "Oh, that must have been an earthquake."
Was that a earthquake?
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
that was
that
an
like you don't
earthquake.
even know
Yeah.
if it was like did a truck
Right.
drive by? What happened? But there
Yeah.
was one. So I was talking to my friend Jeff on voice over internet protocol, like way back before verbal and like what we're doing now. This is 20 years ago, right? So they didn't have all this
Yeah.
stuff. And we were doing it. We were talking on computers, and there'd be a delay. Like you'd have to say something and then
Yes.
wait, and then they'd say something and wait. And we were having fun with that. And so during a conversation, he said to me, "Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back." And when he said that, it felt like a giant picked up my apartment and slammed it on the ground like that.
Oh
That's what
my
it felt like.
god.
And my brain went straight to, how did he fucking do that? Is he on the roof with a machine? Like, he was in Washington and I was in California, so that,
Right.
but then I figured out, oh shit, that was an earthquake. And it freaked
Yeah.
me out, and then I went on the internet and looked up like the US Geological Survey, and it was like a 5.6.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so I was like, whoa, and what the funny thing was is it was instant. It was like 2 seconds. It didn't go on and on and on and on. It just was like really quick, and then there was no aftershocks.
Mhm.
So I was planning on how to get in my door threshold and everything. Yeah.
Right.
Anyways, earthquakes,
It's
everybody.
crazy. Yeah, earthquakes. Earthquakes suck. You know what's worse that I've experienced, and I always thought it was worse than earthquakes because I never lived where the earthquakes were really bad. I only ever experienced like really light earthquakes, but fucking tornadoes. When we lived in Kansas City, we used to get tornadoes all the time. And there was one time when one touched down like 4 miles from my house, which is like you're like in it, basically. You're in the
Yeah.
storm at that point. Oh my gosh, I thought my house was gonna get like ripped away. It was so scary, like scariest experience of my life. And my kids were really little. My 2-year-old was like 2 months old at the time. He was like a newborn basically. And we had our Great Dane, and we had a cat at the time, one cat, and we had this steel um storm shelter in our house that it was the laundry room, but it was like made of steel or whatever. So we were supposed to go there during an earthquake. So it's a laundry room. It's not, very big.
Yeah.
So I get all my kids. My baby was asleep. I had to carry him down in like a little bassinet thing. And I put him on top of the dryer, and I get my kids, and I get my Great Dane, who at the time weighed more than I did. I was tiny. And so we're all huddled up in here. My husband was at work still. We were like going through this tornado. And my son, he was like 6.5 at the time. He looks at me, he says, "Mom, you forgot the cat." And I was like, well, too fucking bad, because she didn't want to come with us. So he's like bawling his eyes out because I forgot the cat and didn't bring the cat in. He thought the cat was going to die and we're going to lose our whole house. I
Yeah.
fucking hate
Yeah,
tornadoes.
tornadoes are no joke, man.
Yes.
And that's funny because I'm just rewatching Man of Steel now, and the part where Pa Kent gets ripped into
Yes.
the tornado. Um.
Yes.
Oh, you've seen that movie. Good for you.
Mhm. I've
Uh.
actually seen quite a few of like Superman and Batman movies. I always did like DC heroes quite a bit.
Yeah,
Judge me only one.
no, I was against popular opinion. I would say, for some reason, I think there's more Marvel fans than there are DC fans. I just think
I think so too,
that's true.
yeah.
But I've always been a DC guy. My favorite superhero is the Flash. Although, even though I've seen every episode of the current Flash TV series, it's
Mhm.
getting boring. And
Yeah, I've not seen it.
yeah, I mean,
I
the first few years were good, but it's just like, okay, they should have done 5 instead of 7.
Right. I really like Batman. That should go without saying. My name is Robin. I like really, really like Batman. my husband lived in a city. Well, it's not even a city. It's a small town in southern Illinois. You can Google this, called Metropolis. And in the center of Metropolis, Illinois, they have a Superman statue. So I guess because he grew up there and went to high school there and all that, he really loves Superman. My husband really likes Superman. So yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen a lot of the Superman movies. I've seen pretty much all of the Batman movies, I think, barring maybe one. Um, yeah, I like Spider-Man too. Most people don't like Spider-Man, but I like the older Spider-Man movies. Um,
I
with Tobey Maguire. Yeah, I
yeah,
like those
Tobey
ones.
Maguire was the first modern time Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I have seen all the Batman movies except one, which is the one that hasn't come out yet, which I'm not gonna see because I can't
Oh,
fucking take Robert Pattinson. I mean,
Pattinson. I
anybody
know
with
that
that
one.
first name just needs to. Oh wait, that's my first name. Um,
Superman is the best
so
superhero
I think
according
Superman
to
is
this.
the best. So here's why a lot of people will argue about Batman. Like most nerds and most comic book heroes, and I say most, not all, their favorite is Batman, and the general reason they give about that is that Batman doesn't have any superpowers. He's just a dude with some tools. He can't
It's
fly.
a lot of money.
He's not invincible. He doesn't really have any powers. He just has money. So if you idolize people with money, billionaires, then you go right ahead. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But
I mean, the same
my
reason people like Iron Man. Iron Man is basically Marvel's version of Batman.
yes, Iron Man.
Fucking sue me.
Iron Man is my favorite. Iron Man has always been my favorite Marvel superhero. Iron Man
So
and
you like
Flash.
Marvel Batman.
Yeah, Marvel Batman. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna piss off some nerds, man. Next time anybody says Iron Man to me, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you mean Marvel Batman?" They're gonna be like, "Fuck yeah," because they won't even ask me what I'm talking about. They'll know exactly what I mean. Fuck
It's
you.
true. My Iron Man is my husband's favorite Marvel character also. We haven't seen Endgame the movie, but I did see spoilers for it, so I already know what happens.
Did you see the one before it?
With lots of characters. Yeah, we did see the
We
one
did.
before it though.
So Endgame is
Mhm,
available
yeah.
like on demand or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
it's
sure it is. We just haven't had time to watch it. Oh, and it's like the thing about Marvel movies, this is my issue with them. There's too many of them.
yes, I agree.
Like there's so many Marvel. I liked the Thor movies. I thought that those were really good. And I know some people didn't like the Thor movies, but I thought they were really good. That is Marvel, right? Before I'm like
Yeah,
yakety
I
yak
do.
yak yak.
I
Okay.
didn't really like the Thor movies, but I loved Ragnarok because Jeff Gold. It
Hmm.
was a kind of more of a comedy than it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
they were all
funny.
really good though. Um, I I assume X-Men also counts as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Um,
Well, except they're made by Sony, so they're not the
oh,
same. They're not the same company, but they're the same universe. Yeah, that's why you
okay.
never.
Well,
That's
I
why
count them.
like when you see Endgame, there's every fucking superhero in there, no
Right.
X-Men, right? So that's why they.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird.
And that I think X-Men is the biggest problem for me because there are so many X-Men movies and I've only seen like maybe 5 of them. Um and like another movie will come out and it'll make references to one of the movies I haven't seen and I'm like what the fuck are they talking about
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So
There's a
there's
there's
just
a
too
great website.
many.
I'll get the link here. There is a great website. Let me get the link here. Um,
I
what
liked Guardians
bookmarks?
of the Galaxy though. I thought that one was a good series also. I'm trying to think of what other Marvel stuff is out there. Ooh, I really liked Doctor Strange because I really like Benedict Cumberbatch, I think is his name, who played Doctor
Yeah,
Strange.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I
this
think he's a
is
great actor and
this
I
is an
liked him as
article.
Doctor Strange.
This is an article um, on actually, believe it or not, CNET.com, and it's how to watch the Marvel universe in order in the all the way back to
Oh Lord.
all the way back to
Captain America.
Yeah, but I think it starts in 2008. But 2011's that's what they tell you to watch first because it's like a movie
I
before.
see.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's the entire Marvel universe, including all the TV shows and everything, and how you're supposed to watch them.
Ooh, yeah, I haven't seen a lot of these.
Yeah, and then I think I'm gonna scroll down to the end. Do they have like what's coming up?
I've never seen
Oh,
Marvel's
Spider-Man.
Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield was really good. I liked it. It's over now, so you could probably binge the whole thing. That was really good. I think the second to the last season was a little bit of a stretch, but I don't want to tell you
Mhm.
why in case you watch. You don't want to know in advance, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I've never
I
seen Ant-Man
those are
or
fun.
Aquaman.
Well, Aquaman is. I haven't seen Aquaman. That's the only DC movie I haven't seen because I saw the preview for the movie and I was like,
I heard
no,
it wasn't that
I'm out.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and no one said, oh, you've got to watch it. No one's told me that.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, I think not that many people like Aquaman to begin with. Didn't they get the guy who played Khal Drogo to be
yeah, he was.
Aquaman?
Yeah, that's him.
No, that's
So here's the
shocking.
thing about DC. Their movies are either totally awesome or fucking crap.
Mhm.
Like Green
Yeah,
Lantern. Oh my god.
agreed.
And I'm Ryan
I
Reynolds' biggest fan. I love
know.
that guy.
I like Ryan Reynolds too.
I love him as a
And his
person.
wife is in that movie. And
Yep.
I like her. She's good in other movies, just not that movie.
Who?
The so he ended up
Oh,
marrying the
Blake Lively.
girl in that Blake Lively,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes,
Yeah, I
I
love
couldn't think
her.
of her name.
Not in that movie. Um,
Right, not in that movie.
but
She
see
was really good in that shark movie.
the
It was really
problem
good. I don't remember the name of it.
the problem with the Green Lantern movie was they just greenlit that shit script and said let's do
Yeah.
this, and then everybody was like, yeah, that was crap.
Yeah.
Deadpool. Oh man.
Deadpool's good. I liked Deadpool.
Have you
But
seen Deadpool 2?
yeah, I've seen Deadpool too. Here's
So
my problem with Deadpool though. My husband really loves Deadpool and like watches it all the time. So I think I've seen it probably more times than I want to.
yeah.
But I mean it's good. I get tired of it. That's I'm
Yeah,
calling
I
him out. I don't know if
Scuba,
he's
I
here
that
yet or
was
not.
I I lost it. I mean, I thought I could have just watched the end credits of Deadpool 2 and not even watched the movie and I would have still been as happy just because of
Yeah.
that joke. And I think
Ryan Reynolds is
he's
hilarious.
hilarious. I see. So a lot of actors. So I was in the Hollywood community for a bit, as you know. Oh, and I always would judge whenever I saw somebody or met somebody. I would always think to myself, could I be friends with them? Like, could we just go hang
Mhm.
out and have a drink and not talk about Hollywood or just like be personal
Right.
friends? And I always thought Ryan Reynolds would be one of those people.
Yeah, he seems pretty
Yeah,
cool like that. So does Blake Lively. But I mean, I think that's part of the shtick of being a celebrity. They're supposed to make you think that, anyways.
yeah,
What do
that's
they
true.
call that? There's a psychology about that, like a whole
By the
fucking
way, everybody,
thing.
if you are a Ryan Reynolds fan and you haven't seen this movie, and it's probably, I'm going to say 13 years ago or
The
2013.
Proposal.
No, it's called Waiting.
Oh yeah, my husband likes that
And
movie too.
even though Dane Cook is in it, which you'll have to forgive, it is so funny, that movie. Oh god, I hate Dane Cook so much. Hate's a strong word, Robin. I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
Um, Dane Cook, he can blow me. Okay, I'm over it. Well, I'm not over it.
I
I'm
don't
just
know
done
a lot
talking
about
about it.
him. So
Dane Cook, yeah, you don't need
right.
to know. He's
Yeah.
just
I-
he's just a hater that fucking was not nice to me ever, and so I hate him.
That's all right.
Um,
Hate is a strong word though, Rob.
it is. I hate him. So thank you for setting me up.
Oh, you're welcome. It's what I'm here for.
That's right. So, anyways, fireworks and Corona and superheroes and Dane Cook, and now you're caught up. If you
Okay.
missed the first part,
Yeah. We did pretty good tonight so far. That was a lot of variety, I
that is a
think.
lot of variety.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
really have anything much oh, Toma Beast. Toma Beast 2 came out
yeah, we got to be
sort of
careful here.
today
We got to be
for
careful.
Kickstarter backers. I know, I'm trying to keep it lighthearted and constructive. How's that?
All right. So, did anybody in the chat back Tome of Beast 2 on Kickstarter. Cobalt Press Tome of Beast 2. Did anybody?
I backed it, but stupidly only for the physical books and the pawns. I did not get the Fantasy Grounds module because I am an idiot and I don't know how to read.
Did you get the PDF?
Yeah, so I'll get the actual Tome of Beast 2 book.
Right.
I'll get the PDF of the book. I'll get the soft cover of the Layers book. I'll get the PDF of the Layers book. And I also got the box of their little flat pawns for all the
okay.
monsters.
So
Because I
I'm
also play
sure
D&D in person.
I'm as a matter of fact, I'm positive that the book and the pawns and the layers book and I'm sure all the physical stuff is going to be amazing like their other products are.
Oh, yeah.
But the Fantasy
I
Grounds
forgot to get the
version.
Fantasy Grounds mod. And now I could have got this is the worst part though. If you backed it during the Kickstarter, the Fantasy Grounds module is only like $35,
33, yeah.
33, somewhere in that ballpark, right? And now if you want to buy it when it comes out on the 20th, it's fucking $50. I'm
Yeah.
so dumb. I am so dumb. I'm so mad at myself. But it is what it is. I'll get it when it comes out somehow. I'll go hook on the corner or something. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, you guys. But anyways,
And if
you got
were
to look at it today, though.
if you were quick on the draw, they accidentally made it live on the Fantasy Grounds store and on Steam.
Ooh, they did, yes.
And
For a
it's
brief
not now.
period
Like
of
I'm
time.
looking at it now, and you can't buy it now. But
Right.
you could have bought it like for a period of a couple hours probably. But it'll come out on the 20th, and I have it already because the Kickstarter backers got theirs already.
Mhm.
But yeah, so anyway,
I'm so mad you got to look at it already.
well,
The only stuff I know that's in it is what they've shown us on Kickstarter. So you got a sneak peek.
yeah, but I didn't look at it that much, as you know. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Why?
Yeah.
Can't even
Well,
talk
I
about
mean,
it.
I'm not an employee of Smiteworks, but I am a
Right.
subcontractor of Smiteworks, and um and
I'll say
so
it.
it's inappropriate for me to
Got stuff that
say
needs fixing.
anything that isn't glowing about any Smiteworks product. But I will tell you, you can go to the forums and read what's been said about it so far.
It's fine. I'll
It just needs a
say it.
little
It's got
TLC is
stuff that
all.
needs fixing. Yeah.
It just needs a
But
little
what I was trying to
TLC.
get at, because you got to look at it though, were there any like monsters or anything that you thought sounded cool or like how in
Well,
depth?
I
I know
can't
you
answer
got
that because I stopped looking.
frustrated.
I was so distracted. I'll use the word distracted by
But
some things.
nothing
Yeah,
jumped
so
out at you.
I like one of the things that's happening with it is there's some tokens missing. So as I was opening stat blocks and there was no token, my brain would just be like, "Okay, I'm out." And
Fair enough.
I didn't read any of the monsters or I didn't really look at it. So I haven't seen any basically more than you have, so
Jack shit, so fuck you. You know what else
fuck
makes
you.
me mad? On their Facebook page, other people are, oh, I got my book in today. Look at it, it's so pretty, whatever. And
Oh,
so
because
I
of the
checked the
shipping
shipping of mine.
differences, yeah.
Yeah, mine's not gonna be here till Monday. I was so mad because it's Thursday. That means I have to wait Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
So I'm gonna say
Other people already have their fucking books.
I'm gonna say a phrase to you now, Robin, that when people say
Mhm,
it to me, I want to punch them in the face. Are you ready?
mhm.
First world problems.
First world. I
I hate
know
that
it's first
phrase.
world problems.
I hate it.
Look, I don't mind being put in my place. I know I'm complaining about things that other people don't even get the privilege to experience. I understand that, but I'm still allowed to complain. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you are. You are allowed.
I sound like such a douchebag. I am such a douchebag. I am sorry, chat. I also forgot to get the Fantasy Grounds module. Go me. Oh my god, I don't even play in-person D&D right now because coronavirus. So I got all of the in-person D&D components of this Kickstarter, but not the digital one that I could still
I didn't
use
realize until you said
literally
that.
every
Until you
fucking
said those
week.
exact things, I didn't realize how funny that was.
That's why I'm so mad at myself. So mad. Oh well, whatever.
Rob, did you
I'll
see
get
how
over
to
it.
add screensaver to your Stream Deck now? It's cool. I have not seen that.
Mm,
Yeah, George
what
Orr,
is
I'm the
that?
same thing. I go to every Kickstarter that's a D&D thing, and I look to see if they have a Fantasy Grounds component, and if they do, I back it, and if they don't, I don't even read the rest of it because I have
I
enough
back
material.
ones that I'll just get a PDF, or sometimes if the print books are, especially if it's like really lesser known third party publishers, you know what I mean? Like not so well known, I'll get the PDF. Then if it's Kobold Press, usually I'll try to go as all in as I can. Sometimes I can't afford to though. Like when Deep Magic came out, I couldn't even afford to back it. I had to get it after the fact, which is fine. It is what it is. But I backed this one recently called Dragon Stew. It's done and over with, obviously. But I got my PDF for it like a week or two ago, and it was really cool. There's a whole bunch of cooking themed classes in it. I was like, this is adorable. And the artwork for it is really good too. All right.
Oh,
Anyways,
that
I'm
is
done
cool. I don't know
rambling.
if you can see that. Let me see if you can. So,
See that.
well, you can't really tell because of the lighting, but so
Yeah.
that is a Stream Deck, which I have,
Oh,
and all the whole Stream Deck is one image in 15 different, like, it's a screensaver. Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna do that.
cool. So you can use it from your phone then? Is that what that
No, no, no.
does?
So what he's saying. So do you have a Stream Deck?
No.
Okay, so Stream Deck is this thing with
I'm not made of money like you
with
are, so
it's this thing with buttons on it that you can, like I can change the.
yeah, I know what it
Right.
is.
Okay.
I just
So
don't know.
he's saying that they just came out with a thing where one picture is all of these, so it's like a screensaver for this. So, you know, the whole face of all of these 15 buttons is one picture. That's what
Oh,
he's
it's
saying.
the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow,
So
I'm an
it's
idiot.
like
I get it.
you go and you're driving in some city and they've made a building and all the windows spell out
Yeah,
"Go
yeah,
Hawks"
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, like
I've
that.
seen that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. How would
Cool.
you know what each button does
I
what?
think when you press it, it probably goes away and then the buttons come up. That's what I'm
Oh, I
assuming
see.
happens.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Who wants print books anymore, crazy people? I do. Somebody would like to say hello to you. Deep magic.
Deep magic. What's deep magic?
I have a hefty collection of D&D books, including 4th edition. Fucking sue me.
I have fourth edition
Um
books too.
I've only got 4 of them. I had to count them. They're on the other shelf. I have a lot of 5th edition books. I just can't reach them all. They're all like really far
These
away.
are the
Actually,
only reason
half
these are.
mine are here, and then the other half are on the other bookshelf because I'm weird.
That's how often I use my 5th edition hardback books, which the answer is never. Those 3 are only sitting right down there because when I got them and opened them from the package and like looked at them a little bit and then set them down there, the last 3 books that have come out, that's all they've done is just sitting right there. But
Right.
I've probably read most
They
of the
play in
players.
person, so they have their purpose.
Yeah,
We
I
used to
used
play.
to play in person some.
Here's my Dungeon Master screen from one of the box sets. It's like which box set is this from?
Icewind Dale.
Rick and Morty?
I mean,
No. One of the Essentials kit. I have
yeah,
all of them. The Essentials kit, the starter kit. This is just the one that I have
yeah.
within reach. I can't really open it up with one hand. It's really hard.
Hey, Robin, I have those
I didn't
camera
like this one. It's
controls.
so flimsy. It's so flimsy. I like the other one better. I'm gonna see if I can reach it. The one that came in the first starter box, I think.
Are you on push to talk?
Yeah, I have push to talk.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's why you're not using your right arm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna open this.
That's what I said to my prom date. Yeah, DM's. Yeah, yep, that's the regular one. It's only a
I don't
trifold.
remember. Actually, I think this. No, it's quad fold. I just can't open it all the way. I think this is the one that you have to buy separately.
Yeah.
I got it so long ago. I don't remember you
That
guys.
came out in I think 2015 with all the original, like the first core books, and then that. And I have those camera controls, by the way, Robin. I just noticed on my.
Oh, nice. I also have a fat stack of character sheets right here. Let's look at this. These are all the character sheets from my home games. let's see, what do we got? We got Packle, the gold dragonborn druid. Okay, what level is he? Level 1. What are you doing?
I told you I have those camera controls.
All right, Calla Lightpaw the bard. I remember this game. Paige the wizard. This was a game that my husband DM'd, and I was Paige the wizard. I don't know why I'm doing this. Tell me to stop if you want.
I don't know why you're doing it, but I can't somehow tell you to stop.
Yeah, you can. Ooh, here's an adventure I printed out. It was a Christmas adventure. One of the places was Saving Santa, and it says Happy Joy Toy and Tobacco Company. We're so creative, you guys. I don't know whose character sheets these are. What do I got? Mongo McFly. That's my brother's character.
They're pre-printed.
He was a gunslinger. Yeah, I bought this really cool pack of character sheets where it pre-prints a lot of the base class information on them because some people have terrible handwriting in my family. Here's what. Oh, this is from when we played Waterdeep Dragon Heist when they got the deed to the. Have you ever played Waterdeep Dragon Heist?
Yep.
You get a deed to
like that, believe it or not.
I printed out the deed. Right there. Can you see that? It's like a little deed. Okay. All right. I'm done. I don't have to go through all this.
You don't remember me DMing Dragon Heist when you were stalking me before?
Yes. No, I do remember. I was addressing chat. I was trying not to spoil part of it.
You were addressing chat. I see how it is.
Fuck you. Oh, Rob, he left. I don't know whose character this is. Oh, this is my son's Eldritch Knight. He was an Eldritch Knight fighter named Ice Tusk. I can't even say it right. There are so many characters here, you guys. We played a lot of D&D. It's kind of gross.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I was looking at real dolls today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? What?
I'm trying to segue. You know what a real doll is?
Okay, go ahead. Like a sex doll?
Yeah, but more than that because they cost thousands of dollars, and they're made to be.
They're robots.
So in the beginning, I guess they were just like as close to human physicality as possible, but now they have those are those things that you give. Now they have like personalities and you can talk to them and this and that. But see, I'm waiting. I don't want that. I want a fully autonomous, like if she was walking down the street, you just wouldn't know. Like a robot. Right. Yeah. But that's going to be, I don't think that's going to still be 20 more years before that comes. I'll be an old man. Well, older. Awkward shrub. Awakened shrub.
Awakened shrub.
It's an awkward shrub, everybody. Somebody make that NPC.
I ran this adventure for my kids. They liked it. It's called An Ogre and His Cake. All right, I'm done showing you all my D&D
What's
stuff.
Sibian? I need to know what Sibian is. Sibian. Is that a male sex doll? A male Celestian? How do you know about this?
I want to know. Crap, I can't get this all in a neat again.
Was that
gone through it?
Oh, the Sibian. But that's like a bucking bronco thing. Yeah, I did see that. I have a big Howard Stern. As a matter of fact, SiriusXM just sent me today an email saying, "Hey, sign up for 3 months free." So no credit card required. So I did. And I started listening like just for a little bit today. I'm a big Howard Stern fan. I started listening to Howard Stern in 1994. Right. You're still looking at all your stuff.
I am, because I'm a nerd. Look, homebrew mats.
How did you make that?
I made them in Photoshop, and then I laminate them because I have a laminator, because I'm weird and nerdy.
No, you have 2 laminators or 3 laminators. Oh no, that's 3D printers.
Okay. Yeah, we have 2. Well, technically we have 3 3D printers. Say that 5 times fast. But one of them we donated to my brother. Um, but he's not very technically savvy, so I don't know how long that will last with him. It's fine. Yeah, we have two 3D printers back here, and then I have a laminator beneath them. Actually, you can kind of see it. Let
Yeah.
me right there. That's my laminator. Ah, okay. And I also have a label maker. I like labeling things. I'm super weird. I have a lot of weird stuff. D&D. I buy everything for D&D.
Yeah.
Everything. I have a box of index cards right here for D&D because sometimes I'll write the if we're playing at the table and I don't want to flip through the monster manual, I'll write the monsters on index cards, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm done. All right.
I see the
That's
cat's just
about
like,
me. Yeah,
the
my
cat's
cat's
down the
he's
cat's.
right here.
Yeah. He's like,
That's
is this?
Tiamat.
I know
And
Tiamat's voice. Is this over soon? Is this gonna be over soon? How long? How much
she's
more? Isn't there some cat dish food you need to get? Isn't there? Could you
she's
please?
fucking evil, man. She just like her namesake. She is evil. Look at her. She's so fucking evil.
If you had like a
Yeah.
little like toy mouse or some facsimile of a mouse and the cat couldn't see it, but you went over your arm like that, would it leap at you if you did that?
Probably not. She doesn't really like toys that much unless
No,
we
but if
have
she
this
thought it
one
was a
toy.
real mouse, would she leap at it?
Maybe. I don't know.
I can't
She's
have
just not
pets. These
really
are the
like
type
a
of
toy kind
experiments
of
I would
cat.
do.
I know. My other cat, he loves toys. He'll play with anything that fucking moves, you know. As I was telling you earlier, he'll like chase flies around the house and stuff. That would be Bahamut. He's a good cat. He's like a normal cat. Actually, she's normal in the way that most people think that cats are bad. She's like the embodiment of like all the negative things about cats. That's fucking her. Like she just she'll bother you when you're trying to relax. She'll like get up in your face, and then if you don't pay attention to her, she gets mad at you and she'll nip at you. She's the cat who likes getting up on like the counters and the tables and knocking things down. Yeah, she doesn't like to be picked up. She'll tell you, "Don't fucking pick me up," basically. You know, like she's just kind of a douchebag. Whereas Bahamut, on the other hand, if you pick him up, he just like goes limp and he'll like cuddle you. And if you put him on your lap, he'll just start purring and he's just fucking sweet, like the sweetest cat ever. And if you want to play, he'll play with you, he'll chase toys, all that kind of stuff. And she's just like, meh, whatever, fuck you.
So a cat, yeah.
Yeah,
Do
the
you
cat,
do you have
exactly.
do you do laser pointer?
Yes, actually, she does like the laser pointer. That's about her only redeeming quality is that she loves laser pointers. They both do, but I think that's pretty standard for cat. I think most
Yeah,
cats
that's like
like
a
laser
natural thing
pointers.
they have to go find and
Mhm.
chase the laser
Yeah,
pointer.
it's fucking weird. They go bonkers for it though. They love it.
Yep. They're talking about how
Why do
you
I
need.
love that program?
My name's Robin and I DM. Yeah, because you're too into D
If
and
you
D.
guys can see it, like my whole everything over here is for like I have so much D&D stuff. Let's see how far I can move this. So, okay. There like there's some of my books and papers. This is really hard. Okay, books and papers, and then if you guys can see on the bookshelf there, there's more books, my calendar, and then up on the cubbies, it's really hard to show you what's on the cubbies, but like I have a box full of dice, a box full of minis, and then up here you can see my other minis like tray storage thing way up there. This is really fucking hard, but
Oh, hey, I
yeah,
have the
okay.
controls. Hold on, let me do it. No, I was kidding.
No, don't do that. Anyway, so like this whole cubby over here is basically all my D&D shit.
Yeah.
What are you doing to my camera?
No,
Stop it.
I'm not. I didn't do anything. I swear. Now you're just paranoid that I'm going to press one of these buttons.
I know. I wish I could turn it off, but I
All
don't
I
know how
did was
to.
when you weren't looking, I zoomed in really close to your face as I could, and then back out. That's you caught me though. You're like, "What are you doing?" Notham says that's a fifth of what I have. Yeah, I have. I don't have all the fourth edition books. I have all of the all of the ones that you would think would be required fourth edition books, but I didn't buy any of the like special
Yeah.
Marshall ones, special Psionic ones, or how they had fucking 50 books for fourth edition. I have maybe 12. Like
Yeah.
I have
Quite a lot of books.
DMG, Player's Handbook 2, whatever, all those. That's the one I have. And then
I wish that 5th edition had used the same naming conventions as they did in 4th and prior editions. Like now we have weird books like Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, and you know what I mean? Instead of just Monster Manual 2, Monster Manual 3. That's what they should have stuck with, in my opinion. All right, that's all.
yeah,
Carry on.
but the monster manuals didn't, like when they came out with Monster Manual 2, Monster Manual 3, there wasn't any really special like other type info in it,
I
but
know.
like Mordenkainen's and Volos does have that.
And I
Yeah,
don't
so
like
that's
it. And I'll tell you
like
why
it.
I don't like it right now.
Okay,
So
I'm
I,
ready.
when you're players, if you're playing regular, it's different in Fantasy Grounds. So this doesn't apply to Fantasy Grounds. But when you're playing face to face D&D, and I know it's really controversial, but I am the kind of dungeon master where I don't like if my players look up the stats of the monsters. So putting player character information in a monster book is the stupidest idea I've ever heard of
Yeah.
in my life.
Well,
I don't
but
like it.
players should use the honor system and
I agree. And
like
my players do, but it just shouldn't be there. Like
right.
the races in Volo's guide shouldn't be in that book. They should have came out in their own little maybe splat book. Like a long time ago they used to make things called splat books. They were really short and
Yeah.
sweet and to the point. That's what it should have called. It should have been Volo's Guide to Monsters for Players. And it would have all the players' races in a splat book, a soft cover splat book, and then Volo's Guide to Monsters, the book, should have just had monsters. End rent.
All right.
It's
A
just
long
my
time ago.
like my opinion, man. But I don't like it. It bothers me
What am I
because
supposed to
then
say? Oh,
players
good for you,
too.
dude. What is it?
You got it,
Oh, you got it,
dude.
dude. Yeah, you got it, dude, from Full House.
Think of the flip side of it too. If you're a player in somebody's home game, but your DM doesn't buy all the books because maybe they can't afford them or whatever, but you want to play, I don't know, a Bugbear or Hobgoblin or whatever the fuck's in Volo's Guide to Monsters. I always forget. Tabaxi. You want to be a Tabaxi. So you buy Volo's Guide to Monsters so that you can be a Tabaxi because your Dungeon Master doesn't own it, but he gave you the okay, right?
Right.
So now you, the player, just bought a book that you can only access and use 5% of the pages in the book.
No, not true, because then you can give it to your DM when you go over there and say, he put some of these monsters in.
Right, but I mean, my
Rant
point
over.
still stands, though. You just bought a book that you're only originally buying for yourself for a race. You only bought 5% of the book, but you have the whole book. I don't know. I just don't like that they put player
Well, when you
content
say
in
5%, are you talking about all of the races are 5% or just Tabaxi's 5%?
the pages that the races are on account for about 5% of the book, if even.
Wow.
Somebody did the math on Reddit. Because people are mad about this. And I agree with them, and I'm mad about this. I don't think player facing content should be in primarily dungeon master facing books.
Yeah, I
That's
can get on board with that. I mean, I just buy them all anyway, regardless, even if they're shit.
I
Like,
know,
for
I do
example,
too.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck about either of these two books. I don't give,
I like
especially this one, for reasons. But as a DM's Guild creator with codings and all that, I gotta fucking just automatically buy them all anyway. I gotta do it.
One.
Explorer's Guide to Wild Mount My Ass.
You don't like it? What you don't? One of the best wizard subclasses in 5th edition is in this book.
And therefore,
I'm
it's
so
coded
mad
and
at you.
available on DM's Guild. Everybody, go get it.
I'm so mad at you, Rob.
People that bought my coding
So will you
packages and
allow people to play things from
oh,
this book?
absolutely. Oh yeah,
You were Dungeon Master?
I don't hate like that. I don't kink shame.
Also, the Echo Knight in here, for the fighter, I think it is amazing,
Yeah.
and people should try it. Don't write off books just because you don't like the setting. The Echo Knight and the Graviturgy Wizard in here are fucking amazing. And if you are writing this book off because you don't like the setting, you're fucking missing out. That's all I'm saying.
That's not the
All
reason.
right. I know. I
By the way,
understand.
you know why.
I just realized I don't have Mythic Odyssey of Theros in print.
What?
No, I do. My brother borrowed it. I think I could have swore I bought it, but my brother borrows my books all the time, because he also DMs for some of his friends, and he doesn't buy all the books for some reason. He just borrows mine, which is fine. I don't mind. And I think he took my Mythic Odyssey of Theros book. I don't have it. I don't see it over here on my shelf, so whatever. I'm putting on
Whatever.
my stuff back. Whatever.
That's why they should
The
all
Echo
come with a
Knight is
PDF so the
amazing.
DM can extract it. Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes, Boffrin. Yes, yes, Boffrin. That is true. That's why
Indeed.
Rob doesn't like it too much.
I know. I went on a really long rant about that. Okay. I'm over it now.
You know what this is? That's called Pshaw. Pshaw.
Pshaw. I can't. I
So
can
what
do
else,
that.
everybody? Who has questions for Robin? Ask Robin
And
questions.
Rob.
Oh,
Rob,
and me.
ask Rob
Okay, fine.
questions.
Ask us questions.
You're one half of this show.
40%.
Fuck you.
You're
Why am I
60%.
60%?
Oh,
I don't want to
if
be
this
60%.
show was just me, there wouldn't be a show. You're the show.
Well, then you would just be, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Like a YouTube vlogger.
Okay, yeah, welcome to my next
Which,
video. People say that, I'm like, what the hell is anybody talking about?
totally done
Yeah, who
that.
wants to look at Rob? Bofford says.
Everybody does every week.
Oh, yeah, there's too much Rob, I think. There's
Not much to look at either, so I don't see the argument here.
well, I think that in the gaming community, especially, which is deeply, sexist and non-inclusive, and should be better at that, I think any woman, such as yourself, who appears, is an automatic attraction to want to listen to and hear what they have to say because they're a rarity, right?
I see what you're saying. I would rather people listen to what I have to say because I am awesome and
Well,
not
I
because
think
I'm a
that
woman.
is the truth, but if not knowing anything
Being
in advance, like if you saw the title Rob and Robin, you'd be like, "Oh, Robin, that must be a girl," and then you would go watch it. And then once
It
you
would be
start
better
watching,
if my name was like Rachel or something more obviously a woman's
yeah,
name.
like the Kim and Chris show. Oh no, are they? Who? What? I need to know. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
It'd be
Kim
better
is,
if we both had super gender neutral names
yeah,
like
Chris.
Jesse and Terry.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they boys? Are they girls? Is one a boy? Is one a girl? Who fucking knows?
I thought
Let's
Rob
change our
had
names.
Robin the Boy Wonder. No, it's. But what
No.
Robin? Yeah, I know. I don't know any male Robins that spell it with a Y. I don't know. That.
Right. And
Yeah.
I also don't I've never met males who spell it with Y. I have met females who spell it with I also.
Yes.
But when I was little, I didn't know very many Robins at all, and the only Robins I knew were Batman and Robin Williams and me. So
Right. And that's the only ones that matter. Those three.
sure.
Sure. Being female gets you in the door. Knowing the fuck you're talking about makes folks stay and listen. Yeah, that's right.
Well, then why are you guys here?
You guys should watch Tuesday. Robin says no less than a half dozen times every game, "I'm the worst DM ever."
That's true. I'm not a very good DM. And the thing is, so I've played with other DMs who just know everything. And I really appreciate that because I'm not very good at that. So I'll be like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna cast this spell," and they already know, like, what it does, so they can help
Yeah.
me go through it or whatever. I am not that dungeon master. That is not me. I even spells that my players use all the time, I still forget a lot about. Case in point, Spirit Guardians. I have a cleric in my game, in my Saturday game. She uses Spirit Guardians basically every fucking combat. And we had it come up on the Tuesday game, and I was like, wait, how does it work again?
Yeah.
Like, I just, it's so hard for me to remember all that kind of stuff. So I think that that makes me not a very good DM because I think, in my opinion, I think good DMs know a lot of the rules and know a lot of the spells and know a lot of the class features. I just don't. I forget
You know
them all.
enough. I don't think a good DM definition of is that they like I'd say I know 90% of the player's handbook. I just know it.
Right.
And only things I don't really know sometimes is some of the spells that are rarely
Right.
used.
Yeah,
But
like
I
Geos.
don't
Who
think that's a
uses
DM. That's
Geos?
a good DM is somebody who facilitates a fun time, right? You could,
Sure.
I because I think a lot of people have I think a lot of people have in their head like a good DM is somebody that that they know as a DM, like that's all they do, like a Matt Mercer or something like that. He just
Yeah.
does that. So,
Yeah.
but I don't. I think a good. Like, I told you this the other day, and you were like not having any of it. But I think a good DM is just a DM, like someone who does it, because
Right.
they're so rare. There's 20 million players and like 5,000 DMs. Those aren't the numbers, but I'm just saying, right?
I know what you mean though, yeah.
Right. And so you do a fine job, and it is funny. I mean, because your comedy and my comedy is quite similar, self-deprecation
Mhm.
and that, right? And so
Mhm.
it's hilarious to listen to because like my version of what you do is I always say, like when I make a mistake or when I don't know something, I say this is my first time using Fantasy Grounds because it's
Right,
the
yeah.
same thing. It's the same joke,
And I'm
right?
like, I am the worst
Yeah.
dungeon master.
But you're not. You're absolutely
Man,
not.
I should stream one of these days. I'm gonna start streaming my Saturday game. That's like a big goal for me and our players, and we're kind of working that out. But our Saturday game is like so different because we role play in that game too. Like I think most people who um play D&D. You guys, I do so many dumb voices for my characters for like goblins or whatever they're fighting. And my players give me the most shit for fucking everything. So we'll go on like a 30-minute tangent just making fun of like Robin, your kobolds sound like little Asian men or whatever,
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
they'll say to me. And yeah, I really want to stream my Saturday game because it's so much different than 5e pickup games. Like 5e pickup games is all combat, so I have to be funny in other ways, like, run away like a little bitch, It's
Yesterday,
the kind of stuff I say to people.
we missed that clip. I mean, we could go get it off the original
Yeah,
video,
we
but
gotta get it.
the
I did
clip we
straight up say that to somebody though, and I felt bad afterwards,
you
but
go.
it
It
was
was
like
so funny, you
word
guys.
vomit.
Watch yesterday's game. She goes, "It's the way you said it and the disdain in your voice on the last word of the sentence. You're like, run away like a little bitch."
Yeah.
It was hilarious. And then Mad
Oh,
Nomad was
I
trying
felt
to
really bad.
Mad Nomad was trying to tell you to get rid of Spirit Guardians that his character just negated, and you're like,
Mhm.
no, no, fuck you. It's
Yeah,
great.
fuck you.
Uh,
Yes, that's
uh,
always fun. I have a lot of fun DMing that group, and I really appreciate it that it's all combat. Because you
yeah,
guys have
because you
taught
don't
me
have
a lot
to.
of things.
The reason it was, originally back
Yeah,
in the day, it was a campaign type story thing,
right. Yeah.
but I decided to switch it to the all combat thing, and which makes it great for anybody who wants to do it like yourself. Is you literally don't even have to think about it until you show up to the game. You
Mhm.
don't have to
Yeah.
prep. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only prep I do is like 10 minutes before we start, whoever's in Discord, I'll be like, "Hey, pick a biome." And they'll be like, "Forest." And then I go find 3 forest maps for the night, And I have like a truckload of battle maps, so it's fucking easy. It takes me like 30 seconds. But yeah, no, I really appreciate the Tuesday game. I've actually learned a lot about the rules, like the whole net always being at disadvantage
Net's
basically. I
always
didn't know that.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys taught me about moving through your allies is difficult terrain. I
right?
didn't know that, and we weren't playing that in my game. So the
And we
very next
use
week after I learned that, I went back and I told my players, I was like, "Hey, you guys, we've been doing something super wrong this whole time," and they were like, "Oh God, what is it now?" Because this happens all the time. And I was like, "So you guys know when you like move through each other, it's supposed to be extra movement," and they were like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, it's in the book.
Yeah.
And like stuff like oh crap, it just went out of my head because as
I'm
everyone
sorry.
knows. No, no, I
It
was
talked too long.
because it was the net thing is net a net attack is always disadvantage no matter what unless you use, inspiration to make it not advantage. Yeah. Uh oh, I know what I was going to say is that a lot of people don't play whether in fantasy grounds or even at the table cover when shooting through allies ranged attacks, right? Like
Yeah, we don't do that either.
and
In
it
my
may
home.
yeah, it may I mean it's not a but that's what cover is, right? It's something
Mhm.
blocking your sight. So in my games it's -2 to shoot through one person, -5 to shoot through two people, and not
Yeah,
possible to shoot through three people.
right. Because it's half cover, 3/4 cover
And then
is AC
full cover, yeah.
5,
Right.
and then full cover you can't shoot through. Yeah.
And I always forget
I
that
do know some rules.
yeah, and I always forget there's one thing that happens and Fantasy Grounds does this automatically, I think, but there's some condition that you have disadvantage on dex saves. I can't remember. Somebody'll know what it is.
Stunned, maybe? Paralyzed?
Well, it's
One
something that you wouldn't
incapacitated.
think does, but it does. And is it
I think
is it opportunity attacks or something? I don't know what it is. Some weird thing that I always forget about. Um, it might be prone, Bofrin, but you know what, I don't know what it is, but it's something that seems to me. I mean, most rules in the game are very intuitive to me. I mean, I see the rule and
Mhm.
I'm like, that makes sense. And then there's this one involving dexterity saves that I'm like, really, that's a thing. And then
There's
but I can't.
actually a lot of them, I think, that give disadvantage on dex saves, and it's all the ones that aren't common until higher level, like paralyzed, petrified, like all
Yeah.
you know what I mean? A lot of those have that as like, in addition to all of these other things that are
Well,
affecting
yeah,
you.
like there's some that are brutal. Like if you're paralyzed, petrified, or stunned,
Mhm.
you basically just can't do
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Whereas
terrible.
if you people get confused because if you're restrained, you can do everything. You just can't move. And if
Yeah.
you're grappled, you can do everything.
Mhm.
And if
Just
you're
at
yeah, so
advantage for a lot
and
of
I
things.
as a DM, I always have Appendix A hotkeyed on the bottom right of my screen.
Mhm.
So I
I'm
can go.
actually working on, like, a module that will put them as, like, the decal, in the in Fantasy Grounds, you could have a decal that will have the conditions just there on the decal.
Oh,
It's something I
Gwydion did
started
that.
working on a long
Yeah, Gwydion did
time ago.
that like
Yeah.
4 years ago. He has it.
Is it still work, though?
Yeah, I think it's on the
Is what I was
forums.
gonna
I
say.
think yeah. I mean, I don't.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it still worked or not.
Yeah, but it's not just the decals. It's a lot. It's like FAQs.
Oh,
So the decal is like
well
the
then,
whole screen, and it's got so much. It's like a DM's
thanks,
screen.
Gideon,
But if
for
you just make yours
doing it
those,
already.
do that. We'll
I
sell it.
like I like Gideon, so no,
Do
it's
it.
fine. I won't step on his toes.
No, you won't. We're gonna sell it. We're gonna sell it. Do it.
It's
Make it and sell it. Everybody, just listen to me.
fine.
If you make shit, just come to me and we'll sell it. I know how to sell stuff. Just do it.
He'll sell shit for you.
Yeah.
He's our drug dealer. Drug dealer. Mhm.
You can sell shoes, but if you put my name on it, it's like putting Nike. That's how full of myself I am.
Right.
But
That's
I have the
right.
numbers to back it up. I have, as
Pusher,
of
thank you.
yesterday,
Good pusher.
$452,368 in gross sales. Almost half
You're
a
a drug
million. I'm a drug
pusher,
pusher.
pusher, pusher. Okay, I'm done. I'm
But
done.
as per my message that I sent out to Twitter, and Facebook, I have 18 team members who make money from that, and I have over 125 DM's Guild creators who also feed their families with this money.
Yeah. Man, DM's Guild sales have been very low lately.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
lower
know.
than normal. Even normal before Corona normal, lower
Yeah,
than that for me. Anyways. which is weird because I was doing really well for a while. Thanks, Exploring Eberron. But that one sold like hotcakes. It was awesome.
Yeah. Sales
Like
have
the last couple
been
days, I made like $10 in like 2 weeks or something like that. It's like super low. I was like, oh, okay. No fun stuff this month.
not gonna fix the brakes with that.
Sad. Well, we already did the breaks,
Oh,
so
you did? Okay.
hopefully, knock on wood, nothing else in our house breaks for a few months. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Because then I can enjoy my DMs Guild money. But I have literally like withdrawn it several times now just to pay for oh shit moments. Like
Yeah.
our fence broke down, and then the car and our dog, and just so much crap. So much crap constantly. All right, I'm done venting. Why are you laughing at me?
Just because you're cute, I don't know.
Ah!
You get so paranoid that either you're talking too much or that your point that's happening has gone past its life, and you're so against yourself. It's funny.
I do though. I think if you would watch back old episodes and like time how much I talk compared to how much you talk, I think I would easily hold 60% of, maybe more, 70% of talking time
I'm fine with
for
it.
the show. I talk a lot. I'm not fine with it. That's
Why
not
do you
fair.
think you're
You
here?
should.
I need somebody to talk. I'm out of material. I've said everything
I
I'm going to
talk.
say. That's funny because when I was doing stand-up comedy, I never ran out. I mean, there was no such thing as me just going, okay, what's next? Like I always
Right.
but I did. It was a lot of audience interaction, sort of the same thing that we're doing here. Only I'm not asking you severely inappropriate questions like I did in my act. But I think. See, I would have said the opposite. I would have said I talk more. Actually, I don't
I
know.
think so.
You don't think so?
I feel like I talk way more than you do. I tell
You're
long
maybe
stories.
see. So when I'm talking, I'm not thinking to myself, "Oh my God, I'm talking too much." But that's what you do. You think that about yourself.
I do.
Yeah. So
It's fine.
I still have
It's
to get.
fine.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous of you that you're just wearing like earbuds or whatever. Right? These
I know. And then I recommended them to you, but you hated them. But there they
yeah,
are in all
but that's because
three.
when I would when I would watch like YouTube videos or anything, the sound was delayed by like 1 second,
Yeah.
which is so fucking annoying,
Yeah.
and
I get that.
I couldn't do it. But I think
I get that.
I think I might get them because it's not as important. Like your video, your sound is ahead of your picture. It always has been.
Oh, it's weird.
Yeah, well, actually, like right, that it wasn't just then, but usually it is.
Oh,
But it doesn't
my
when
name
you're.
is Robert.
You can do the kung fu movies like talking to you like that. Yeah. But it's seemingly not as important when you're having a live conversation with somebody because it doesn't really need to match as long as you can understand
Yeah.
each other. But if you're watching a
Yeah.
movie or something, it's like no, I can't. So I might actually get for streaming. I might try again and get.
Yeah. Try them again. Try them again. And then you just wear those if you want to watch something important.
Exactly.
Like porn or whatever.
I watch porn
I
on my
mean,
phone.
what?
I watch porn.
Oh my God.
I watch porn on this
I don't
because
want to know. I don't.
everything's smaller, Robin. That's why I like it.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I shouldn't have said anything.
New topic.
Stop it.
Ah,
By the way, uh, yep. Don't know what I was gonna say.
good job.
It might have been. It might have been. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. That might have been what I was gonna say.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Mhm.
Unless I'm doing an imitation of the president, then I'm not trying to be flattering.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not flattering at all.
It's not flattering.
What a dick.
What a
See what I
dick.
did there?
Yeah, if I was talking to him and he left the conversation, I would definitely say what a dick at the end of it. Even if the Secret Service was recording it.
Ooh, I just remembered. I didn't. I showed these to you already, but I gotta show chat.
Oh my God!
I
Taking
have.
okay. Sorry, I thought it was something else.
No, I'm changing the topic. I have the cutest little paper clip. Or
Oh
not,
yeah,
binder
yeah.
clips.
They have faces. They have faces.
They're
in it.
so adorable. Oh my god. They're so fucking cute. I fucking love them. I have some of those too, but apparently I bought the wrong brand. They're so cute.
Do they have
Hello,
names?
I'm so happy. No. I'm not that weird. But I know I'm weird, but I'm not that weird. I didn't name them. No.
Robin cut her hair,
Look,
everybody.
yeah, I cut it all off. Oh wait, is that upside down? No, that's not upside
Yeah,
down.
lens
That's the brand
wipes.
of lens wipes I have. They look like condoms, which I don't need because I'm sterile now.
Scuba, that's a good point. Scuba says phones kept getting smaller and smaller, which is true, but then mobile porn came out. Now they have iPhone 12 Pro, which is this big.
Huge. Have you seen
iPad.
the new phone that like opens up to like a tablet size? This is my phone. My phone is huge. Like, look at this. That's next to
That
my
is an
head. My
iPad,
phone
Robin.
is
That's an
bigger
iPad. That's not a phone. This is a phone. This
This
little
is
small
my
thing right here.
phone. I'll tell you my number and you can call me. This is my phone.
I have your number,
This
don't
is
I?
I always forget what kind of phone it is. A Galaxy Note 10 Plus. That's what kind of phone I have. And I bought it specifically because at the time I bought it, it was the largest phone you could get.
I don't
Like
have your
screen
phone
size.
number. Do I?
We'll fix but yeah, so that's why I bought it because I like giant phones. And now they have a phone that you can, it's like this size regular, and then it opens like a flip phone, and but it's a tablet size after you open it. So it's like a double screen. So when
Does
you
it have a
close it, it's just
crease?
like a regular
Does it
phone.
have a crease in?
No, well, I mean, it has a crease, but when you open it, the crease is like not there. It's called the Google Duo, made by Google.
Weird.
It's so cool though, Rob. It has really cool features. Like, okay, so two screens, right? Top
Yeah.
screen, you have like YouTube or you're watching a video. Bottom screen, you have Discord. You can like still talk to people while you're doing something in a different app. It's fucking amazing.
Wow.
And I want it
It's too
so
sad that
bad.
I just pre-ordered my iPhone 12, which I get to finalize the order
Gross.
5 a.m. on Friday. Um, I'm such an Apple guy. First of all, I hate Apple. I hate the
I hate
company. I
Apple.
hate Steve
Yeah, I
Jobs. I'm
hate
glad
Apple.
he's dead. I hate him.
Switch
But
to Android.
says the guy who is on Friday completing his order of an iPhone 12, Apple Watch Series 5, iPad Pro. I have all these devices and I hate Apple, but I'll never be a Mac guy though.
Yeah,
Cuz
gross.
he fucked
All
me
of
in
it's gross.
1983. I told you that.
Yep. You should switch to an Android. Better integration with your Windows devices. I'm just saying.
What's this called? The Google Duo?
I think it's that's what it's called. I wish Messi was in chat because he would know, and he
The
like
other thing is
wants his
that
phone so bad. But yeah, I
iPhone
think it's called Google Duo.
the iPhone App Store still to this day blows away by leaps and bounds the Android store.
I mean, everything that you can get on the iPhone store. What's it called? iStore? Apple
No,
Store?
it's
There we go.
called, yeah.
Almost everything I can get on the Android Google Play Marketplace.
Really?
Google Play. Yeah. I've never
Google
when people
Duo.
online are like, "Oh my gosh, have you played the newest game?" And I'm like, "Oh, let me see if it's on Android." I look and it's on Android. I've like never ran into a problem trying to find a popular game or
I
an
mean,
app or
maybe
whatever.
I could be talked into switching if I went and like looked at all the apps I use daily, and if they're all available in the Android thing, I could go get a Google
iTunes.
Duo.
I don't need iTunes. I use Spotify. Fuck iTunes. I shouldn't say that. The only time I ever used iTunes was when I ran podcasts because the only way to get our podcast really like a good RSS feed for your podcast is through iTunes.
Yeah.
But you can, if you're tech savvy, you can set up a website to be a pod feed, like an RSS feed for a podcast. You don't need iTunes, but it's good to put your podcast on iTunes. Anyways, I digress. Doesn't matter. I don't like Apple anything. And the last time I used an Apple anything was when I was podcasting in 2013. Fuck Apple. That's all.
Is it?
I hope my Google Homes are
Is that
listening to me.
all?
That is all.
Yeah, because I'm a big Google fan with as far as like Google the search engine, and
That's why I
but
want to Google. It's gonna be their like flagship phone. Now my husband turns up when I was like, I don't know the name of the double phone. He'll know what it's called.
F
Messi, what's
Apple.
the name of the flippy phony thing that it's like a phone but a tablet?
It's a
I don't
Google
know.
Duo. I looked it up by
Oh, is
Wikipedia.
it Google Duo?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. My bad.
Thanks.
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 Yeah, so most apps are available on the Play Store, but the reverse is not true. Android does have many apps that Apple does not. That's true, and you want to know why? Because it's easier to develop apps on Android. Period.
Yeah,
Big
Google. I
fat
think it
period.
used to be $50, but I think it's 200 now to put your
Expensive.
app on the Google, or I mean on the
It's the same
iPhone.
for Apple. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same on both. They both charge. Um, but I think to get the Android, what's it called, like SDK something,
Software
right?
developer kit. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I think once you pay for it though, you don't have to pay for it ever again. I could be wrong. Somebody will correct me in chat. Whereas with Apple, I think you have to pay every year. I'm not sure though. Somebody
And
will say
Scuba,
so.
you think that Apple won't approve apps for what's their 70% of my iPhone's made by Samsung? That's
In
hilarious.
sweatshops in China. It's true.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
mean,
okay
all
with that.
phones are made in sweatshops in China, let's be honest. Uh,
Everything
sorry.
we're wearing, our glasses,
I
it
know.
was all made in China.
My shirt,
Yeah,
fucking
everything.
everything.
Your pumpkin
Oh, these
shirt.
glasses definitely came from China. I ordered them on Zenny.com, and you know where they shipped from? China.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, that's unfortunate.
Korea, China, it's the same thing. All right, send your
Mhm.
emails to Rob Tui.
Well, no, don't say that. That's
It's
not
not.
true at all.
Hey, I love the Korean people. I was there for a year. Remember?
I know. We've already talked about this. I would love to go to Korea someday
Yeah,
because
now,
esports
not in 1986.
esports
Fuck that.
is huge. No, esports was huge in the 90s in Korea too. Korea has such a big esports scene, you guys, and that is like my jam. Before I knew
Right.
all of you, before you all knew me, that was my fucking thing. I literally wrote about esports on the internet. Like it was my shtick. I would love to go to Korea someday. Watch a StarCraft 2 tournament or League of Legends or Dota 2 or being anything. I would go to South
Yeah,
Korea
I would
for.
also like to go to Korea now myself, maybe because they only have like 19 cases of coronavirus. That's it, or
Right?
whatever. Yeah.
I don't know a lick of Korean. I do listen to K-pop though, and I know like you'll pick up phrases if you listen to foreign music or watch foreign movies. Sometimes you learn little phrases here or there. So I know like some phrases,
I know.
but
I know.
now I
Annyeonghaseyo, which is hello, and
yes.
I know long time, short time, GI. I know that. Um.
Yeah, I didn't even know that one.
That's what they say to you when you're walking in the Ville. The Ville. You don't say the village. You say the Ville.
Oppa Gangnam Style. I'm kidding. I'm
Oh,
kidding. I'm
what is
kidding.
Gangnam Style? Yeah, Psy.
Oppa Gangnam Style. Okay. That doesn't count.
I
Um,
watched this girl band the other night on TBS, BTS. They were pretty
oh,
fun.
I love BTS.
Yeah, you're missing the fact that I
They're
said
a
girl
big
band, aren't you?
K-pop group.
Yeah,
They're a
K-pop,
K-pop.
all girls.
Yeah,
They
all
did a
girls.
they did a
They're
thing.
amazing. I think they sing this song called "Run Devil Run." I think it's by BTS. It's like my favorite song by them. It might not be by them though. Actually, I think "Run Devil Run" is by Girls' Generation. I'm gonna Google it. It's a good song if you like K-pop.
K-pop.
Girls' Generate is by Girls' Generation. I was right the second time. Sorry. Okay.
All right. What am I
I
gonna
have a
do the
very
rest? What is this,
eclectic taste
Wednesday?
in music.
Do you really? I
Like
like
I
everything
like
except country.
so much music. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind some country, but most of it I don't like.
I
But
like
I
it.
could go from listening to like gangster rap to like Mumford and Sons
Yeah, I
to
can do that too.
to
Like I'll
K-pop.
when I go to bed at
Weird.
night, at, after porn, I take this and I set it
Oh
down on
my
the
god.
charger, and then I say, "Hey, name electronic assistant, play," and then I just name any song I want.
Mhm.
And but recently I've been just telling her to play Dark Side of the Moon album by Pink Floyd, 1973. And it just and because it somehow I think it's like maybe only 40 minutes and I'll fall asleep before it gets to the end of it. But it seems like a good album to listen to. And I've never done the Wizard of Oz thing that everybody tells me to keep doing. Do you know about the Wizard of Oz Pink Floyd thing?
No,
So
no.
you're
I
supposed to
don't really like
watch
Pink Floyd that much, but
you're supposed
okay.
to watch Wizard of Oz, and when you start the movie, you start that album, and the album plays twice, and it exactly syncs up with the Wizard of Oz. Everything that's happening, yeah, it's supposed to be this weird fucking thing, and
I gotta try it.
I've never done it, but I know a lot of people who have,
I gotta
and
try it. I'll give it a
yeah,
try.
and
I like Beatles. I could listen to the Beatles. I love I fucking you know who I fucking love, Rob?
okay, you gotta tell
Frank
me right now. Go
Sinatra.
ahead.
I love Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
I could
Sinatra's the
literally
best.
sometimes when I'm doing like Fantasy Grounds conversions, I either listen to Blackmill, which is like electronica, but it's like really chill. Like I don't know what you call that. Some people call it like chill step or whatever. But anyway, so I'll listen to Blackmill or Frank Sinatra. Like
Yeah,
that's my fucking work music. It's either like a whole hour and a half of Blackmill and Blackmill-esque type music or Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and like that kind of stuff. I'm so fucking weird. Oh my god. My mom used to tell me because when I was little, my mom had a record player, right? And my mom really liked the Eagles, so she listened to like the Eagles and like that kind of stuff. But she had this one Frank Sinatra record. I think it was my dad's. And I would put it on like every Christmas or whatever. I'd put on, Frank Sinatra. And my mom said, "You were born in the wrong generation." That's what she used to say to me. She said, "You like this?" Because like no kid, it was Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Like that's what
yeah.
all the kids were listening to. Backstreet Boys. My mom thought I was weird because I wanted to listen to Frank Sinatra, but
He's
I
awesome.
don't
He's
care. I love it.
undeniable. So
Yeah,
here's a
it's
little trivia for you. There's only one album in America that sold over 50 million copies in all of time. There's only one. Do you know what it is?
Frank Sinatra.
No.
Damn. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's Thriller,
Oh
right?
my god, I got it
Yeah.
right.
So there are 4, 5, 6, 7,
I was
8.
disappointed it
There are
wasn't Frank.
9 albums that have sold between 40 and 49 million copies, and Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon is one of those albums.
Oh, see, I just don't like Pink Floyd that much. Maybe I do. It's not jumping out to me as something that I listen to that
Actually,
often.
that should be wow. So Michael Jackson's Thriller sold 130 million copies.
'Cause it's you know why? Because everybody plays it for Halloween. They play
Yeah.
it at school
But I mean that
dances.
whole album is just the best. Like I love
Yeah.
that album. I broke 2 cassettes of that album. That's how old I am. And um Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon has sold 50 million copies. They just haven't moved it up to the next list. Wikipedia. Fucking Wikipedia.
Often wants you to send me to bed. What
Wrong.
did I do?
I don't think
Because I
that's why
like
he I don't think that's why he wants you to
Frank
go to bed.
Sinatra?
Or it's something else.
I don't understand.
No
Is it
supper.
because I like Frank Sinatra? What's wrong with Frank Sinatra? He's amazing.
The Brady Six
Oh,
sold
Pink
50 million
Floyd.
copies. Jesus Christ.
Did it really? What is that? What
The
even is that? I don't even know what
So
that is.
do you know the show The Brady Bunch?
Yes, I know
So
the show The Brady
part
Bunch.
of one of their
Marsha,
things,
Marsha, Marsha.
yeah.
Okay.
So part of one of their things was they had a singing group. The kids made a singing group on the show, and there was like a couple episodes where they did, and then they actually went on tour. Those actors and did
Really?
concerts as the Brady Six. Yeah, I think the number of sold that they did was 0. Maybe I don't think they made an album. Did they?
That's a little
I have to
that's
look it
a
up.
little before my time,
It's actually a little before
which is
my time,
fine.
but
I like some stuff before my time, just not that.
That show did
You
air
know what I
during
really
my
liked a
lifetime.
lot? When we were kids, we watched a lot of Gilligan's Island, even though it was, like, all reruns and
Yeah.
totally, like, done and over with.
Na,
So much
na, na, na,
so
na.
that my brother or maybe I'm thinking of MASH. You'll know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
because
MASH.
MASH and
MASH?
Gilligan's Island are so similar.
Okay, I don't know, but there was a character, a doctor. I want to say it was Gilligan's Island, a female doctor. My brother named his dog after her, Hot Lips. That
Oh,
was
that's
from
MASH. That's
that's
MASH.
MASH. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that's
See, I
Loretta
didn't
Swit.
Okay, yeah. So my brother named his dog after Hot Lips. Yeah, we watched a lot of like old shows when we were little, like that because my parents watched them. So I watched a lot of like Little House on the Prairie, MASH, Gilligan's Island, Charlie's Angels, the old one,
Right.
uh, stuff like that.
So let me
That's
tell
what I
you.
grew up
Let me tell you a
watching
little story about that. So I watched all those shows
when they were new.
when they were new. Yeah. So, but
I
when Hulu first started in like the mid O's, like 04, 05, whenever Hulu started, all Hulu
Yep.
was those shows. Was you could just watch them all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could just binge like any old TV show. They didn't have movies, they didn't have original stuff, nothing. It was just old stuff. So I had a great time watching a show called Emergency, another one called Adam 12, The Munsters. I watched
I
all
remember
these,
Monsters.
yeah, Gilligan's Island, Flintstones. I watched basically
I love them.
all the after school fare that I had when I was a grade schooler and a high schooler. I basically got to binge all of them beginning to end, and I was like, it's all I did for months. And people would call me, Rob, let's go to a movie. No, no, it's okay. I'm watching the Flintstones in order. They're like, what? What are
Can't
you fucking
miss.
talking? Yeah, I would just like shun my friends. I had such a great time. And now Hulu's this fucking mega streaming whatever the fuck. And of course I am a member, but only because Disney Plus.
Sometimes their show choices aren't that good. I find we watch more Netflix than we watch Hulu.
Yeah, the reason
I
I
don't know
even
if
got
that's
Hulu was to watch Handmaid's Tale, which is amazing, by the way.
yeah. I
But that's the
watched
only real reason I got it. And then there's been a couple other things that I've watched. Oh well, so Sarah Silverman's show, which I don't even know if that's still happening or whatever, but I think she quit because she's searching for me to ask me to marry her. I'm not sure, but um,
we got Hulu to get the HBO add-on because at the time when Game of Thrones was in its like third season, you couldn't get HBO on demand or whatever they called it back then because they've changed the name every fucking year. You couldn't get it unless you were a cable subscriber to HBO, but then Hulu added it as like a add-on before they came out with HBO Now,
HBO
which is now
Max.
called HBO Max. I know.
Nobody knows.
I'm telling you, they've changed the name of it every
they don't.
fucking year.
Nobody knows. Yeah, it's funny because if you watch, if anybody watches Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which is on HBO, he makes fun of that all the time.
Mhm.
And then he makes
Why
fun.
can't I just
He
stick
makes
with it?
he makes fun of HBO and all of its forms, and he's like, "This show is even on HBO Max, I guess. I don't really know." And he also makes fun of AT&T, and he says, "I got you, business daddy. I got you." It's hilarious.
That's funny.
I love that guy so much.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Fucking HBO. But yeah, that's why we got Hulu so we could add on HBO, and now we have Hulu primarily because it's how we get our live TV service. So Hulu has like a package that you can get that will get you your local channels and some basic cable channels, like the History Channel, Cartoon Network, that kind of stuff. And we got that because we bought, and I shit you not, we bought 4 different digital antennas so that we could get our local stations.
Yeah.
None of them worked. None of them worked
Yep.
because I guess our house is in a bowl and we don't get any reception to the towers or whatever the
You have to put it
station.
on top of a 25-foot pole to make it
Yeah,
work.
we're not doing that. So we paid for Hulu the TV package through Hulu so that we could have regular fucking TV. We could watch the news. We could watch History Channel. I love the History Channel like a fucking lot, and National Geographic Ugh, love them. Anyways, yeah. So now we have like, and it's actually I think a fairly affordable package. It's like $60 a month, which I think is cheaper than cable.
Yeah.
And we get cable
I
channels.
pay one I pay 180. Fuck, what is it? 186 maybe, and that's
That's
for um gigabit internet and cable
too much.
TV that and I have it all. I have Showtime, I have HBO,
Oh,
yeah, if I get
but
whatever
it's
the
your
fuck else.
internet too. Maybe it's not that bad. I think our
Yeah, because
internet is like
the
$100.
internet is probably more than half of it. Because
Yeah, I
gig
think our
internet,
internet's like
yeah.
$2,
But I,
and then
since I
our
stream, I kind of sort of have to have that.
yeah, we have like the highest that they offer. I don't know. Messi knows more about this shit than I do, but we have really good. I think we have good internet. Like I've never had issues. Sometimes we have issues with our router, but that's different. That's like a device issue, not a network issue,
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know. I'm really lucky that he works in IT and we have like a really fancy setup in our house because he works in IT. Like, get this shit, Rob. Okay, our kids in the house, they have their own Wi-Fi network. Nixnet kids. Okay. And it's the only one that they're allowed to connect to. All the other ones have passwords. Um, and when they go to bed at night, if they take their phone or their tablet with them to bed or whatever, we don't mind. We're not fucking dickwad parents. Screen time. Okay,
yeah,
anyways. So if they take their phone or their tablet to bed, we have a hard cutoff of 10 o'clock.
right.
At 10 o'clock, their devices don't get internet anymore. So they can't fucking play their games. They can't talk to their friends or whatever. They
Yeah,
get nothing. Fucking nothing. And it's the most genius thing ever.
yeah,
Be with our middle kid, he would stay up until fucking midnight playing games on his phone and then be grumpy and cranky about going to school the next day. And we found out, like, we were snooping. We're like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, staying up. So I poked my head in there one day and he like hides under the covers because he's like playing on his fucking phone. I was like, oh, hell no. So, I mean, obviously, I grounded him, took his phone away, and talked to him. But, anyways, we just wanted to make sure that it could never happen again. So
yeah.
now they can't even use the
Like
internet.
I've gone in, I don't have kids, right? But I've seen those settings where you can you can both throttle their bandwidth and
Mhm.
you can also give them assigned times.
Yeah, no, we just
Yeah.
shut the internet off.
What up, bitches?
'Cause I
Caesar.
don't care.
Caesar's here with what up, bitches.
They're gamers, they play Minecraft and Fortnite and, that kind of stuff, so I don't
Yeah,
wanna, like whatever, it's not a big they're both good kids, they do their homework, you know what I mean? We don't have problems with them, so we don't care about their screen time, is what I'm saying. People judge
right.
us for it all the time. I don't give a shit. So
You mean people are judging
so
you
the
by
only
not
problem with
restricting your screen time for the kids?
yeah, because that's the fucking millennial thing to do
And
right
do you
now.
ask them?
Everybody else
Yeah,
we know is like, we don't put our kids on their phones for longer than 1 hour." And I'm like, "Why?"
and then
I don't get it.
see, you're different than me. At that point I would ask them, and what year did you join Al Qaeda? That's what I would say
I
to them.
know, but I mean, I don't understand why people our age are like that anyways. We grew up with the internet for the most part. I mean, like, the internet was a thing by the time I was in, like, 4th or 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that out there. We played Oregon Trail in class where we learned how to type. We had typing classes in school. We played
Oh
Mavis
my
Beacon
God.
teaches typing. That was
You
my
know,
fucking generation.
the,
So I don't understand why people are so against technology. I don't get it.
I
I
don't
don't
get it.
fucking get it.
So
I don't get
when the internet became a thing, which is I'm gonna say is 1994. That's when I think it was.
it.
I was 28 years old. So my
I was
childhood was filled with Atari 2600 and no other electronics I can think of at the present time.
my childhood was dial-up internet though.
Yeah, and
That's little
now
and DOS computer.
kids now are born with a cell phone in their hand, and
No,
it's
but
true they could be. I mean,
But
I
that's my point, though. Then they have parents who are like, "Only 1 hour, Johnny. 1
yeah.
hour, your screen time is
Don't get me started on
over."
parenting because I have so many rules for people that are stupid.
I
Um,
don't like it.
I don't like it.
My point is, though, we found a way to keep them from playing it all night so that they actually go to sleep and they don't stay up too late. We just cut the internet off. That's
Yeah, there you
that's what I
go.
was getting at.
That's the
Yeah.
that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Fucking
there you
parenting
go,
101,
everybody.
everyone. Have multiple
You can't see it.
networks in your house. We have another one that just devices are on. It's our Internet of Things. So like our Google Homes are connected to that Wi-Fi. Our washer and our dryer are on that Wi-Fi, like that kind of stuff. It's our Internet of Things.
Yeah.
And then the other internet is the grown-up Nick's net in our house, which I'm on my phone, my computer. Yeah, we're weird.
Because Pornhub, exactly. I get it.
No,
No. You're very
no,
defensive, Robin. You're very defensive.
boo. That's all I have to say.
Well, because you have people that you can interact with, whereas some of us don't.
Right. Sorry. I'll buy you the robot when they come out. I'll contribute to your robot fund. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I
Gross.
I do suffer from single existence from
Oh,
being
get back on Tinder. Oh wait, you got banned.
I got banned from Tinder. Unbelievable. Like I can't catch any kind of break at all. Like I can't
You
even
always
just
do like J date or
I know. Oh, believe me, I thought about it. Farmers only, J date. I
plenty
thought
of fish.
plenty of fish. I was plenty of fish and OK Cupid are just not. They're just not good. You just don't ever really meet anybody there.
I don't know anything about dating sites because
I'm even on the dating thing on Facebook. I'm even on that. But you just don't. There's no.
people would like to know how the fuck did you get
Yeah,
banned from
I
Tinder?
don't. So the answer to that is I don't know. I just went to my account one day and it said you've been banned, and I sent an email to them, and I said what did I do? How did I get banned? So I know, and they just sent me some form email back, like not even personal responses. It was just like our terms of service outline what you can't do, and you did one of those things or something like if I can even tell me. So I don't have any idea what I did.
Did
I
you
just
call somebody the B word? Did somebody message you and you're like, nope, fuck you, bitch?
yeah. Hey, I'd like to meet. No, fuck you, bitch. That's what I did.
I don't know. Maybe she had like a snaggle tooth or something.
Doesn't matter. Here's my okay. So for those dating women out in the YouTube world and Twitch world that might be seeing me right now, here's my requirements. Female, and only really about 90% on that. Because I'm
She's
desperate.
open to
Um,
experimentation.
human, again 90%, and what I say, female, human, and
Mhm.
alive, again 90%. Um,
Oh, really?
so basically, any human female that can somehow show up to my house, you're in. That's it. That's all I care. That's all I care about. I don't
Is that
care
a
what.
real website? GWD, gluten free singles.
Get out of
You
here.
would love that one, Rob.
Well, opposites attract, so she can be gluten free, and I'll eat all her gluten.
True.
There you go.
Indeed.
Uh,
Well,
yeah. There's
I
actually
consider
nerds.
you a good friend, and I don't want you to suffer from loneliness. And I care about you. So I hope, something works out for you. And, if it doesn't, you have a friend in me. I'm always here to listen to you or whatever.
I
But,
appreciate that. Thank you. And
I
you've
love
told me
you
that.
platonically,
Yes,
if
I
that makes
understand. I
sense.
love you too, and
Yeah.
you've told me that privately, so I appreciate it that you're letting
Yeah.
everybody know. And I
Yeah.
do have. It's really nice. Like my other female close friend who I've known since 1977 is Ida, and it's always
Yeah.
nice to have her to talk to.
Yeah.
Also married with 3 kids. Huh. Anyway,
What are the odds?
yeah, I only speak to women who are married and have 3 children. That's all I
3
do.
children.
Yeah,
Like, if you have 4, you're out.
that's it.
It's
That's
done.
too much. I can't take it. And but yeah, so she and I we met in sixth grade, sixth grade. So yeah, sixth grade. And yeah, she's the one that when I got my transplant, she flew from California to Washington and sat at my bedside for 3 days and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Good for her.
the
Good for
story
you
she tells
that
is
you had somebody.
her husband Martin, he's British. Um, the story she tells is that she said to him, "Oh, I'm gonna go visit Rob," and he's like, "Really? You're gonna fly up to Washington and go visit him?" And then she showed him a picture of me, and he goes, "See you later."
Aw,
Yeah, because I
for
was,
him.
yeah, I was fucked up. What, Notham? What is, what is happening? Why are your swear words being blocked out? I don't have any blacklist words.
I
What's all
don't
this?
know.
Oh, are they trying to
But
post links maybe?
MTW said, oh yeah, maybe they're linking links. Caesar said, what happened to the chick with the badge that you lured over by kidnapping that little girl? I know this story. You don't have to explain it. He didn't.
I did.
That's not what happened.
So now, since that brought up, I now have to explain the stories for people that don't know or are watching. So I went to get my mail one night, and I walked out to the mailbox at the street, and I was walking back, and I was looking at what the mail was, and I heard what I thought was an animal or some kind of noise behind me and a little to the right, and it was pitch black outside. It was probably about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, or whatever time. This was When was this? August? I don't remember, but whatever time the sun's already gone down. And I turn around, and 5 feet away from me is like a 5-year-old girl in like a pink dress. And my first thought is, oh shit, I have a daughter now. Because I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I said, are you lost, honey? And she said, yeah. And I go, how did you get here? And she just she goes, I came from that way, which, by the way she pointed was the exact opposite way of which she came from. But she's 5, she doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
And so I called 911 right away, like, I have a child. Good for you, sir.
Probably doesn't
Like, I
sound
didn't know.
right.
The gal on the 911 line, she just kept telling me, you're doing such a great job. You're doing a great job, because I was
Oh,
panicking. And so finally,
poor little girl.
they were sending the sheriff, and but before that happened, this kid who I had seen before comes walking out of like where my backyard is out to the street between the buildings. And I'd seen this kid before, and I said, "Do you know him?" And she goes, "That's my brother." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, so there we go."
Oh
And
god.
she was out in the backyard playing and just wandered the fuck off and then didn't know where she
Oh,
was. So luckily I found her, not a monster, right?
right. So
And
do they live like on
they
your
live
street?
directly behind me. So I'm on
Oh,
this street, and they're on this street, and then between the streets is their house and my house.
right.
So
I
like
mean,
they're
5 is kind of too young to be
Yeah, well,
unattended
so what
like
happened
that.
was the mom went to take a shower and didn't and said that the kid said, "Can I go out and play?" And yeah, that was the story, is that she somehow didn't even know she was gone. So then
Oh.
so then what happened was they
Mhm.
came, so I quizzed, I asked like 5 questions to test whether this was really the brother and sister, and they
Mhm.
passed my little test. So I said, "Okay, you can
Yeah.
go." And then
Did you
about
when's your birthday? Okay, honey, when's your birthday?
Yeah,
Was it
I
like
did.
that?
Yeah, like, what's your last name? And they both, so, and so about 10 minutes later, there's a knock at my door, and it's the mom holding the girl, carrying the girl, and the
Yeah.
brother and the sheriff, who was, and I'm not kidding, unspeakably hot. She was so hot. She was maybe 28, and with her gun and her badge. Anyway, so she said, "Oh, you're Rob." And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, the mother, we were coming here, but then we realized what had happened, and so the mother wanted to thank you." And mom was crying, and I'm
Oh.
thinking, anytime you want to come by, since we obviously know you fuck. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what her situation is. But and then I think that night on stream I had told that story, and people were like, "So you have the sheriff's telephone number, right?" And I'm like, "Oh,"
No.
because I panic in those situations where it's like, ask a girl for her number, but it's completely fucking inappropriate to do so in this circumstance.
That is super
So,
inappropriate.
and I got her name, but I've since forgotten it. But like, what am I gonna do? Call the sheriff's office?
Can I
Is
speak to
Officer Jenkins
officer?
working tonight? I might have a situation I need to talk to her about.
I
Yeah.
fucking dare you.
Yeah, no, they didn't
Just
even
kidding.
come in with a GWD off the porch. They never even came in the house or anything. And yeah, so I'm a hero. I saved a 5-year-old girl.
Great. I'm so proud of you. I'm glad there's people like you in the world.
But I really
'Cause
did. My whole life
I think
flashed before
it
me.
hurt too. Don't you kind of like live out sort of nowhere ish?
Not
You
really. I
know?
mean, I don't live in Spokane City. I live in the county, but my street is, there's 20 houses on my street on both sides. I'm my
But
like
still,
my
people got
my next door
hurt
neighbor, they're maybe 20
or
feet
worse.
from me, something like that. So it's not like farmland or what you would picture, but I
You
really
did the right
did.
thing.
I had my whole life when I saw that girl standing in my yard. I saw me at her high school graduation. I saw me walking her
Aw,
down the aisle. I saw her
you're
next
so
to me on my
cute.
deathbed. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm a fucking dad now."
Adorable.
Because what happens? I never. I mean, I'm assuming what happens is if a kid truly is lost and just the kid doesn't have any information, doesn't know their parents' name, only knows that they're mom and dad, no phone number, no address. What do? They get put into the fucking foster care system, I guess. I mean, I don't even know what really
I
happens.
mean, most cops will canvass the neighborhood and like knock on people's doors and be like, "Hey, have you seen this kid? Do you know who their parents are?" Like that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, but
Yeah,
it's impressive though. Well, I mean, when my kids were 5 years old, we always make sure, like, after they learn how to talk, some of the first things we've always taught our kids is the name of our street, the number on our house, our last name, like that kind of stuff. And I
right.
think that was such a thing when I was in the 90s too, or, when I was a kid in the 90s, like, we were always taught that, like, from a really young age, and how to call 911, but not to do it for fun. It
Yeah,
rhymes. So, stuff like that. I think it's really important to teach your kids
it
that.
rhymes. How to call 911, but not for fun.
Yeah, this is how you call 911, but don't do it for fun. Okay, anyways.
Was that like a song at school or whatever?
Yeah, it
That's
was.
funny.
All right. Unfortunately, Rob, I think my earbuds are about to die.
Yeah,
We
we've
we
been
went
doing 2 hours,
on for
young
kind
lady.
of long. I know, yeah.
Yeah.
2
All right,
hours.
2 hours. So I can go a lot
Go
longer,
up.
Robin, just for your information.
Hey.
I
Hear
take
that, ladies?
I take testosterone shots, everybody. So, and listen, if you're a dude, we can talk. I don't care.
Right?
I might be bi. Who knows? I don't know.
There
I
you
really
go,
don't.
ladies,
Like in
women.
my,
Give
I
my
used to
friend
say
Rob
that in my act. I say I'm not gay. I'm just desperate. So, all right. Well, let's end it, everybody. So, join us on Friday. Join us on Saturday. Join us on Tuesday. Join us on. Is my
a
heart's over
little
here.
heart.
Yeah. Join us on Wednesdays, even like today.
You guys are amazing, chat. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, everybody
Keep
is
it
amazing.
real.
For reals.
Everybody is amazing. For reals.
For
We appreciate you guys.
for reals. Yes, we totally appreciate the audience. That
For
is a
reals.
100% true statement.
Especially all these troopers who hung out with us for 2
Right,
hours.
everybody's here for 2 hours. That's crazy. Because we're
That's
not even
awesome.
playing a game or anything. We're just bullshitting.
I know. We're doing fucking nothing. I'm impressed.
All right. On behalf of Robin and myself, good gaming, everyone.